The purpose of this course is to teach you the essential legal concepts that will help you excel in law school and beyond. I've focused on tools that you can deploy across a wide range of contexts. As a law student, you'll learn plenty of things about specific areas of law, but the tools that I'm going to be talking about are transsubstantive. These concepts will help you understand and manipulate legal rules across a wide set of subjects. Instead of teaching you about contract law's mailbox rule, I'll be teaching you about the difference between rules versus standards. My emphasis is on news you can use. These concepts form an important part of the canon of how to think like a lawyer. I emphasize the tooledness of these concepts because learning them will help you better analyze and manipulate the specific laws that you study in different courses. Lawyers and legal academics, in crafting a line of argument, make certain moves to support their case. Learning the terminology for the concepts in this course will make it easier for you to make certain moves. You could think of them as law school's mastery hacks. I'm going to try to give you some analytic arrows for your 1L quiver. Many of these concepts are dichotomous distinctions, oppositions that will help you better categorize legal rules and see what regulatory choices the law has made. Learning these concepts will teach you something important about the underlying structure of legal rules themselves. The lectures provide a kind of periodic table for legal thought, disclosing the basic elements of legal argumentation. In preparing these lectures, I've been guided by what I'd want to make sure a beloved niece or nephew knew before embarking on a career in law. So, while I focused on conceptual tools that are known by all well-educated lawyers, I've also thrown in practical tools on how to better read statutes, brief cases, participate in class, and even excel on exams. There's no reason why you can't learn these things before listening to your first law school class. Indeed, if you find these concepts inherently uninteresting, you might reconsider whether matriculating to law school is right for you. If you've completed your first year of law school and are not already familiar with almost all of these concepts, something has gone wrong with your education. So, this course is also for law students who somehow have managed to miss out before they graduated, as well as for those who want to get a head start on their first year of law school. The course syllabus orders the concepts and the lectures cross-reference related concepts, but I've also attempted to keep the lectures modular so that you should feel free to skip around or pick the lectures that seem most relevant. While some of the concepts covered are absolutely foundational, it might be less intimidating to think of these materials as the web equivalent of a toilet book. You know, the kind of book where you can pick up a tool of the day in just a few minutes. Finally, let me confess that my selection of tools has a slight law and economics bias. As Tony Kronman once said, economics is the science of means. It, more than any other social science, provides the tools of optimization. I'm a PhD economist as well as a lawyer, and my understanding of these concepts is informed by my background. But in these lectures, you'll also find tools of psychology, political science, and history represented well. Ward Farnsworth has written a closely related and excellent book called The Legal Analyst, a toolkit for thinking about the law, which was published by the University of Chicago Press, which I highly recommend as a complement to these lectures. More prosaically, you can also find many of these subjects covered, of course, on Wikipedia. So here's a bonus tool for those who are planning to go to law school. Get a friend or loved one who's a lawyer to meet with you twice the summer before to introduce you to the law library. One of our meetings should focus on how to cite and find cases, and the other hour should teach you how to cite and find statutes and regulations. Law libraries, both in their online and in their dead tree forms, are non-intuitive, and first years are forced to learn them at the same time when they're learning the substantive rules of torts and contracts and their other first-year classes. If my niece or nephew were about to start law school, I'd want them to have an introduction to the library before taking their first substantive class. So that's my advice to you too. Bonus rule number 2, memorize the names of the current Supreme Court justices. When I was a first-year student, there was an embarrassing moment in front of my classmates in the first month of classes where it was clear that I couldn't remember the names of one of the sitting justices. You should be able to say with confidence that Scalia, Thomas, Alito, Roberts, and Kennedy are more conservative, that Breyer, Ginsburg, Sotomayor, and Kagan are more liberal, and you should probably know that Kennedy is the most important swing vote, at least on some issues.